Alright guys, so check it out. It is Friday night about 10:58 at night, and I am going to head out and drive 11 and a half, 12 plus hours to Georgia to do something really pretty awesome. But I can't tell you what it is just yet. You guys will see when we get there. It's time for one of my favorite things, solo cross-country missions. Well, sort of. Riding solo is kind of boring, and thankfully I've got a lot of friends I can call and a bunch of people to text, but at like 3, 4 in the morning, not everybody's awake. Fact of the matter is, we had a long way to go and a lot of driving to do. That doesn't make for much exciting video, but there's some beautiful scenes that I caught along the way, and I think you guys would appreciate that. See, when you go on these road trips, you gotta take time to enjoy these little bits of beauty. Alright guys, so we're about probably an hour or so away, and I've been on the road for, I don't know, 12 hours or more. Slept in the back of the truck, little pillow and blanket, old school traveling style, and I'm really excited because we are getting very close to getting there, and then you guys can see why in the world I would drive so long at the drop of a hat and just just hop in the truck and head out, and I think it'll make a lot of sense here soon. First of all, I don't know what they got going on in Georgia, but I can tell you some of these roads are crazy, like 6, 8, 10, 12 lanes wide when you count them all. It was just a madhouse. Now, we didn't actually drive through Atlanta on the way there. It wasn't until the way back, but that is a crazy experience in itself. They were doing like, I was doing 10 over, and people were passing me like I was sitting still and cutting through traffic like they were racing the Daytona 500. Atlanta drivers are wild. I feel for anybody who ever has to do that. You gotta get out the way. So what's the story on it? Like, have you had it forever, or?
Yeah, well, I traded for this car back in 2011 with it in it. Okay. And I wanted to go cruising. I fell in love with the car. It's like old grandma. I call it grandma. So
yeah, I mean, car. Vinyl top, everything. Yeah.
And what I liked about it the most was this little gap right here. I had never seen one like that.
Oh, no shit.
So it's got some little spots on it.
Yeah, they all do.
But I ain't worried about it.
But still has full factory interior and everything?
Yeah.
The bench seat. So what, were you racing this?
I did a few times, but I mostly just cruised it.
Mostly cruise, yeah.
Yeah.
So then what's the plan with this thing?
A turbo 6-liter now.
Turbo, oh, that's why there's LS in the corner.
Yeah, well that was bad. It's a French rebuild that my buddy rebuilt for me. Got it running.
Right.
Did the 20-minute, getting everything going, drove it 3 miles up the road, and started knocking.
Perfect. Did you touch the bottom end? That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all forged bottom end and everything.
Wow.
From the machine shop. If it would have just left it alone, or
right, just let it be what it was.
It would have been fine.
It probably would have made no noise.
Yep.
Damn. So are you gonna do like a big single or twins or what?
I've got an S480 with the Holley HP EFI setup.
Yeah.
That I bought from a buddy of mine that he swapped over to Fuel Tech.
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I started using that Holley. I put it in the truck just to get that thing running, and I love that thing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, last year in the Nova,
I had the original MSD box that was like the first MSD carb swap box they ever made.
Like the 6010?
It's like the 6010, yes.
Yeah.
But it was literally timing by RPM only. Like that's the only thing I could change, and I could take away timing with like a toggle switch if I wanted to.
Oh, dang. So that's
like,
older than 6010, wasn't it?
I think it was like the first 6010.
Yeah.
So it was, I couldn't do nothing. Like, you know what I mean? So now like a progressor, fucking launch retard, you know what I mean? Just all the crazy, not even crazy, that's normal shit, but
yeah.
I learned everything in the Nova without having any of that.
Yeah.
So that's wild.
Yeah, I've been running a carb LS motor in this thing for, I think I put it in 2012.
Right.
I had the 6010 box, and that thing, man,
that body line.
It would start up when it would want to, and then I got the 6014 box.
Right.
I never had any problems out of it.
Yeah.
That 6014 would do the 24 or 58.
Yeah, and it would. There was some more advanced features in that one too.
Yeah.
Like you could change more than just one or two things. So it worked out pretty well. Damn. So this thing was in there when you traded for the car.
Yeah.
So what do you know about it?
Supposedly it's 13 to 1, 496. The only thing I've done, I had to swap the pan out, and I got the Jeep or that A body pan in that box right there.
Gotcha.
But to put it into my Mustang, I had to put that
pan in it. Yeah.
Get that pan for it.
For around the K member and everything.
Yeah.
What did he do in the Mustang? Did you ever get to run it or?
I ran it for a little while. I had that thing. I got in 07. I originally started with a turbo Buick V6 engine in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn, like the old Grand National stuff?
Oh, yeah. I was a hardcore Grand National fan, so.
No shit.
Used to go to Bowling Green all the time, and it was out there. I went to Chicago to pick it up.
Right.
Back in 07 as a roller.
Yeah.
And put a Stage 1 Buick motor in it, so it ran good.
You ever heard of Billy Anderson?
Yeah.
So Anderson Performance is over in Maryland.
Oh, okay.
Some of the guys that I race with locally like work there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He was like the Grand National guy. Anybody says Grand National, I'm like, oh, maybe you know Billy.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I guess there's not very many people that are really into him. You know what I mean?
They're a thing of the past now.
What kind of class? Did you race any classes or events or what?
Just to have fun.
Just to yep.
Just
to see how fast it'll go.
Yeah, it was a group of us, and we'd go out there and try to be faster than each other every now.
That's fucking.
I never really went real fast. The fast I went that Mustang, the fastest I went, and I had the 6-liter LS motor with a sledgehammer on it.
Yeah.
It ran 250. It went 560s in it.
No shit.
It ran, but that Mustang didn't. It liked to go on the bumper all the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, got a little scary. Started getting older, and I don't know. I like to drive them and cruise them now instead of really race them. I hate seeing that engine sitting on the engine stand. I was like, man, I know you'll put it to good use.
Well, we might put it on the bumper.
Yeah. I'll let you do that. I can't handle that anymore.
That's too much.
But,
damn, that's awesome.
Man, I found all kinds of parts for it, and I hope to make the swap over for you a little easier.
Well, the nice thing is, when we did the LS swap, I used small block Chevy mounts with an adapter plate. So the mounts are already there. So it should go, in theory, go right in, made up to the trains. I mean, it's a 74 Nova. I don't know that they ever had a big block in them, but they put a big block in all them fucking cars at one point or another. So
you can make it work.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard.
The first gen Camaros had the big blocks in them, so.
Right.
I know it's a tight fit in those things though.
They
don't have the engine bay like the A bodies do.
Yeah, I think the only thing that would be relatively even an issue at all is just trying to figure out headers. But I think, like, I looked at Jegs, and I don't know that they were exactly right, but I saw some that said like Nova, big block that would fit right in, drop in, no problem.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, they've been putting them in there for years, so the aftermarket's probably pretty easy. So you would say if anything, check the springs at best, or just send it and rock it?
If it was me, I'd just put it in a rocket, see what it does. If it starts valve floating, then swap them out.
Yeah, that one out.
Yeah.
Treat it like an LS. Just throw it in there, see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've had it for 10 years. I don't know how long it was put together before that.
Right. So it's been together this whole time, never had to come apart for nothing, or?
No.
No kidding.
I swapped the oil pan out. That's the only thing I did.
Right.
To put it in a Mustang.
So do you know what was it like just an old 454 that they went 60 over on, or?
Yeah, 60 over with the aftermarket rotate. I can't remember what it was because I looked at it. I
when you had
the
the
numbers
pan
to make sure that it was a 425 stroke and all that good stuff.
Right.
You know how you get stuff from people and they tell you one thing and it's
right.
wound up being something else. But it was actually it had the stroker crank and everything in it.
Nice. Damn. I don't know. I know. I've been talking to. I think Bill and Billy are more excited than I am.
Oh,
like,
for real?
I mean, I'm excited as hell,
yeah.
But they're chomping at the bit. I think because Billy is built for for his Nova.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, a lot of the no prep guys, in order to be competitive on any front side of the track, no prep, just about, like, it's got to be big block.
Yeah.
And usually, like, big block with twins. Like, them guys are flying.
Yeah,
so
they make a lot of power.
Yeah, so this is like a step in the right direction. Like, you know, we see, I mean, they've been talking about it all the time. That's the curve that it's coming to, is that you're going to need, you know, back half of the track's a different story, but front half, like, you just need raw power because people are figuring it out.
Yeah, and the front half, like with the starting at the tree or whatever.
Yeah.
So there you can get a good 60 foot and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like even though it's no prep, I mean, some of the places that have no prep are beautiful tracks.
Yeah.
And meticulously maintained, the surface and everything, whatever. And then one weekend you're like, all right, we're not going to spray any glue. So, you know what I mean?
But it's going to wind up working anyway.
Yeah, it works anyway. So, that's going to be the thing, is trying to get, you know, keep up with that raw power.
Yeah, like watching them, they running methanol and stuff all the time.
See, that's the thing.
He runs 13 to 1 on that, his old engine that got hurt or something?
Yeah, I talked to him about it, and, because he said, well, what are we going to do with this? I said, probably spray it, because that'll be a little bit easier, and it's not going to take so much, you know. Not going to take a lot of spray to get it to move. I said, because then we got to figure out 13 to 1 and, you know, turbo and all that. And he's like, oh, it's just methanol. But I hate, like, methanol scares the shit out of me, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, because you can't see it burning.
Right, you can't see it burning. It is a nasty, nasty fucking fuel. Makes great power and can do awesome stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, if I made the switch to methanol, I would want to have a lot more safety shit in place.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be a lot more careful about stuff. I got the cage done this year. Because last year we were going like 650s on the street with the 5.3 and maybe 125 shot, 150.
Oh, okay.
Because there was no progressor, so everything had to be out of the hole, and it either took it or it didn't. But like, I didn't expect it to go that fast, that early on. Yeah. So like, I was like, all right, we got to do the cage, we got to put a seat in it. Like, let's safety this thing up, because it's getting a little bit quicker than I thought it was going to be.
So it's pretty light then too, ain't it? If it's going with the 5.3, unless it's pretty built 5, or just a stock.
No, it was a Gen 3 5.3, but it was aluminum block.
Oh, okay.
So it was 100 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
But when we first did the LS swap, and I weighed it down the street from Billy's house, I want to say it was like 3,200 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Or it was like 31 something, but it didn't have the hood on it, and I wasn't in it. Yeah. So, you know. But the flip side is, I've also done stuff to save weight. You know, we've got shit out of the car.
Yeah. Everything
else. Stuff in the front end that doesn't need to be there. So, damn. So we're going to put this big hoss to use.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be wild.
And they're Dark Pro 1 heads. I don't remember. I don't know if they're CNC'd or not. I've never had pulled the intake.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, because I think usually when people stamp numbers into the heads, it's usually somebody who's touched them. I think.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a dart number or
right.
what.
Yeah. Because if you...
That's right there. That was from a motor plate. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a motor plate there if you want to take it and try to... But you said you got stands for it.
Yeah, we got solid. I mean, probably should get a plate eventually, but I want to wait till after. I still have the factory subframe in the front.
Yeah.
So maybe one day when it's tubular, then we'll do the motor plates and all that.
It was on solid mounts in that thing.
Yeah, and the solid mounts work.
Yeah.
Great for what they are. You know what I mean? Easily affordable, easily put in.
Yeah.
So do you know anything about the cam or anything?
I can't remember. He told me all the stuff.
But it was just years ago.
That was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember it, but...
No, I mean... Then it works out really well, because then I just get to treat it like an LS. Just throw it in there, figure out what it likes. Yeah. Start finding out what it likes and go from there.
Yeah.
Damn right. Damn right.
Yeah, come up a little bit, still a little too high in the front. So there you guys have it. I drove something like 12 plus hours to come down to Georgia to pick up a 496 big block Chevy. Now, why in the world would I do that? Well, why not? I guess it's a better question. So I guess I'll have to go into a little bit of an explanation here and what's going on. The other day, I had put something out about looking for a big block, thinking about maybe doing something for Mallory and the El Camino. And this gentleman, Daniel, reached out to me and said, hey, I've got this big block. I'd like you to have it. And I'm not going to lie, it kind of caught me off guard because I'm like, well, who would want you to have a big block? And then after talking to him for a little bit and going back and forth, and you know, he just kind of laid it out for me. He said, look, man, it's sitting in my garage. It's been sitting here for years. I'd rather see it get some use and continue racing than to just be sitting here shoved in the corner of the garage. Now, I am very fortunate and grateful and incredibly lucky to have an opportunity like this. The biggest thing that I guess I could say is when you have an opportunity, you gotta take it, you know? I would feel worse if I had incredible opportunities and didn't take it, or didn't at least try to move forward and, you know, just get a helping hand when I could. I mean, that's how you become successful. I mean, you got to be willing to accept help from others. You got to be willing to give help. You know, the first thing that comes to mind is, you know, just there's so much stuff, and this is a lot of how the racing world works too. Like, I can't tell you how many, you know, old parts are in my cars, or, you know, old my car parts are in somebody else. I gave away a whole car roller, like, and that was almost like a year ago, actually, now that I think about it. But you got to help each other out, and you got to be willing. And I can't thank Daniel enough. Like, this is an incredible opportunity, because I guess we can talk about it now. If you're going to have a 496 big block, you should probably put it in the best chassis you've got. And we know that the best chassis that I have is the Nova. So here's the game plan. I'm going to get this thing home. I've got to travel for Hot Shots like the next 2 weekends. I've got work to do. We're going to get some things figured out and planned and sorted. What's going to end up happening is I'm going to take the Nova and the big block out to Ohio. We're going to get it in. It might be in before then. I don't know. Those are minor details, but it'll be in. We're going to get it set up, get it running. Bill's going to tune up the carb, and, you know, just general tune on the motor. Billy's going to help tune it as well and help me work through suspension, and we're going to go figure it out. And I'm going to have a big block Nova. which is awesome. Like, I know a lot of people are like, well, but you're an LS lover and everything. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love LS's, and I love the shitbox life and everything that comes with it. But I will tell you this, in order to be competitive in small tire, you're gonna need power. And not that you can't make power with a turbo LS deal. I mean, obviously Tommy is doing it, but this gives me an opportunity to really jump ahead on a couple hundred horsepower, and to continue to be competitive in the years coming. You know, it's probably going to be big block turbo combinations that are going to do it. At least that's what we think we're seeing in no prep. So I'm getting a step ahead by having the big block. For now, I'll probably just hit up Nitrous Express. We'll get something figured out. As far as spraying it, probably just some sort of a plate system, you know, 200 to 250. I want to get it figured out on motor first. So there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen, and a lot of things that need to fall, you know, into place and get planned for and everything else. But for now, we're going to work on getting, well, I would say getting out of Georgia, but there's another surprise coming, so we'll stay tuned for that. But getting out of Georgia, getting home, getting this all figured out, and just doing what we can, because before I left, you know, I was talking to Daniel for a little bit, and I said, man, if there's ever anything I can do for you, whatever, like, I don't know how, whatever, just let me know. And he said, man, just make me proud with it. And I said, all right. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this 496 big block, we're going to shove it into a 74 Nova, we're going to spray it, and we're going to see what happens. And we're going to try and make Daniel proud. Damn. I got a big block. That's so wild. I never thought I'd be at a point in my life where I would have a big block. Like, literally, it's right there. It's in the back of the truck, like the bed of the truck. Like, I have a big block Chevy, and not like a RV 454, like that we just pulled out an RV. Like, this is a 496. Like, it's got big dome pistons. It's, you know, Daniel said he didn't know a lot about it. He didn't remember a lot of the information, but you know, the plug's got to be indexed. Big dome pistons. He said he thinks it's 13 to 1. Like, this thing is wild. We've got a very serious motor. This is the most serious motor that I've ever had in my possession, ever. So let's take care of it. Let's make Daniel proud, and let's go bust some ass in them streets. That's the game plan.